Hello friends, welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be talking about the count functions, the various count functions that you have. As you can see on the screen, we have count, count A, count blank, COUNTIF and COUNTIFs. We'll understand how this works in the real life so that we have clarity and we can use it easily in our day-to-day work. So let's get started. As you can see on the screen, we have a table where we have the student's name as A to P, and we have the various subjects and their scores in these subjects. These are random scores that I have taken, and their total scores in all of these subjects together for each of the students. So let us see how the count function works. We'll press equals to, we'll write count and press a tab. So as you can see, this function comes up, the count function. And when I type count, as you can see here, the tip shows here, counts the number of cells in a range that contain numbers. So it will count only the cells that have numbers. Okay, I press a tab to select this formula. And now it says value 1, value 2, separate by a comma. So let us select this range here and hit enter. It automatically closes the bracket and it's giving me 5. If I press an F2, you can see this is the range which is selected. There are 5 cells which are selected and all of these cells have numbers in it. So it is showing the count as 5. If I do a double click on this corner, it shows the count as the same for everyone. The 5 numbers are selected. Here also if I press an F2, you can see the formula is counting all these 5 cells. Now what if I change one of these cells into an alphabet? See, the count decreased from 5 to 4. So this formula counts only the numbers. It doesn't even count the space. If I make it a blank cell, then also see the count remains 4 here. So if I write any number here, so it is 5 again. So it's counting only the numbers. Okay. Now let's move on to the next set of formula, which is count A. So let's write count A. And when I select this formula, you can see counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. So it counts everything except the blank cells. So let's hit a tab to select this formula and select this range. So it's counting 5. If I do a double click here in this corner, it gets selected to the entire row. All the rows are having the formula now, and now as you can see, it is counting all these cells here. If I press an F2, you can see here. So what if I change this again back to an alphabet? It is still remaining as 5, so it is still being counted. What if I make it a special character? It is still being counted. Okay, so what if I make it a blank cell? So when I make it a blank cell, the count decreases to 4. That means this formula, count A formula, counts only the cells which are not empty. So any empty cell won't be counted here. So if I write the number back here, it is counting this cell back again. This is how count A works. Now let us move on to the next formula, which is very self-explanatory, count blank. When I select this, counts the number of empty cells in a specified range of cells. So hit tab to select this and the range. This is the range I am selecting. Hit enter. Double click to select the entire row, and you can see it is 0 because there are no blank cells in between. If I delete the content, now it is counting as 1 because we have one blank cell. If I write a special character here, it is not counting that even. It only is counting the blank cells. Alright, now let's move on to the next set of formula, which is count if. Let us understand the formula first. Counts the number of cells within a range that meet the given condition. So in this case, we have to give a condition that will be fulfilled. So let us hit a tab to select this formula, and as you can see the cell tip, the formula tip here, it says select the range. So I'm selecting the range here. This is my range, comma. The next portion gets highlighted. Select the criteria. Here I can mention any criteria. Suppose I'm saying that okay, in this range, how many times 77 is appearing? So it's one time. It is counting 77 one time. And if I do a double click and drag it down, so in this counts tell me where all the 77 number is appearing. So as you can see here, number 1, this cell has got 177. This entire row, this student has got 77 once in one of the subjects, and also J has got 77 in mathematics. There is one count here. Whatever condition I will specify in the formula, that will be searched and counted in this given range. So if I make the change here to maybe 79 and do a double click to select the formula for the entire range. So as you can see, now I have 379s here. Similarly, now since I'm using numbers, I do not have to use any inverted commas here. It's not mandatory if you are using numbers. But if you are using alphabets, suppose you want to search alphabets in this range. Suppose you want to search an alphabet A. In that case, we'll have to use the inverted commas. So if I write A here, it is counted. This can be used in other scenarios as well, where you're counting text. So if I remove this inverted comma here, will it work? Let's see. No, it doesn't work. So for alphabets, for text, you will have to use the inverted commas. That is mandatory. Again, if I write it back, see the count has come back. This is how COUNTIF works. Now, let us look what are the other scenarios how COUNTIF function can be made to work. So I'm selecting this range and I'm counting here. I want to count the text and without specifying the name. I am selecting this range and here in the criteria, instead of specifying the text, I'm selecting the cell. Like this is what I want to count. And close parenthesis, enter. So it is counting the word mathematics. Whatever is there in G4, it is counting through the given range here. So if I have a cell, suppose now I want to change the formula a little. I want to change the formula to here. Maybe suppose this is my criteria to be looked upon, to be searched, to be counted in this given range. Whatever I'll mention in this cell now will be counted. So if I hit enter, this cell is blank. If I write English here, see, it doesn't depend upon your uppercase or lowercase. Whatever you are writing here gets counted. If that text is there in that given range which is selected. So the range which we have selected is this. These 5 cells are selected. Whatever I specify here, that would be counted. So if I write instead of English, if I make it accounts, it appears once, so it will be shown. But if I write total, there is no total selected in the given range, so the count is 0. In that way also the formula works. I hope this is making sense and you are able to understand. Follow along. Let us see how the COUNTIFs function work. So COUNTIFs, as you can see, the counts the number of cells specified by a given set of conditions or criteria. Let's hit a tab and select the range. So this is my range, comma, criteria 1. I'm saying okay, fine, the person has got 81 in maths, and second range is again I'm selecting the same range. You can have a separate range as well, and the criteria is 89 in another subject, and close parenthesis. So when I'm putting this formula, let me just fix the range here by hitting F4, here as well by hitting F4. and now when I drag it down, you see all of them have got a count, because it is not specific to one individual. It is telling me that in this entire range which is selected, there is one case which is matching for all of them. Now how do I make it individual specific? For that, what we have to do is we have to add another condition to this, a criteria range 3, which will be this one. This is my range, and criteria will be the student itself. It has to match. Now if I hit enter, and now if I drag this, so let's see if it is matching. I have to fix this range by hitting F4 and drag it down. So now if you see here, once I fix the range, it is now related to the individual. It has to match the student's name as well. So here it is matching. That's why it is giving us a count. The second one, B doesn't have the same criteria which we have specified, that is 81 in maths and 89 in English. So that's why it has got a 0 count. This is how COUNTIFs function can work if we have multiple conditions to fulfill. I hope this was help you to understand how the various count functions work. If you have any questions that you would like to ask, feel free to drop in your questions in the comment section. I'll be more than happy answering them. We'll catch you all in the next video with another set of functions. In the next video, I'll catch you all with the sum if functions. How does it work under various scenarios? If you have anything specific that you want me to cover in that video, do let me know in the comment section. I'll be covering them as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely day ahead. Stay safe. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.